About 4 years ago, I started dating a girl called Angie. I'd met her at school and we pretty much hit it off. Now, I liked almost everything about Angie.
She got them things on her, don't she? Them things. Dang, I love everything about Angie too. I can be Angie Newman, and I'll protect her. I feel like you don't protect her good enough. I feel like she needs some loving hands. Let's go.
Like how she preferred listening to songs on vinyl.
She got that hourglass figured out. Let me stop. We gonna get distracted. We gonna be here all day. Let's get ready.
And her love for everything nature. But there was one thing that we didn't agree on, and that was her incessant love for the Chick-Fil-A restaurant. I'd first noticed it when we started going out, as Angie would often eat at the restaurant 3 times a day. She also wanted us to have most of our dates there. Now, I didn't hate the restaurant Chick-fil-A or its food. I just wasn't fond of fast food restaurants in general, but I really liked Angie, so I managed to tolerate it. At least I did, till one disturbing incident. We were on our date night, and as per Angie's request, we went to the Chick-fil-A restaurant. After ordering the food, we sat down to eat. As I said earlier,
why he always look so worried when they just go into Chick-fil-A and order some food? But at the same time, 3 times a day is effing ridiculous. 3 times a day for Chick-fil-A, they ain't never hitting that hard. No, Chick-fil-A ain't never going that crazy. I mean, it's decent, but 3, come on, bro.
While I did tolerate eating there for her, I was always jesting about how bad the food was.
Dang, little black girl stacked up too. Whoever the draw this is a freak.
I remember telling her, you know, they might say this is chicken, but I'm pretty sure it's sewer rat. Angie laughed before responding with, well, it's some pretty good sewer rat, and since you're talking about it so much, maybe I'll catch some from the sewers and grill them for you at home. We both laughed hard at her response as we continued eating. Having the same humor was another thing I liked about Angie. She knew I didn't like being there, and she...
Why they chewing like that? Why they chewing like that and staring at each other, bro? I would be scared of Angie.
Was able to laugh about it with me. As we continued eating, I decided to make fun of the food one last time, as I said, you know, if we wanted food this bad, we could have just eaten at the dumpster. Angie then responded with, hey, that's enough. I know you're here only because of me, but I'm pretty sure you'll soon love their food, just like I do. I just need to shove more of their amazing sandwiches down your throat. We laughed again, and I decided it was time for me to stop my jests. But out of the corner of my eye, I could see an employee.
Who is this? Who is this? Chick-fil-A employees don't look like this. That look like goddamn. They're like goddamn Jeff Bezos. What are they doing with Jeff Bezos with her in this goddamn video?
Employee giving me a death stare. Now, I don't remember talking to or meeting this employee, but for some unknown reason, he was looking at me with pure hatred in his eyes. I tried ignoring it.
He heard him sneak dissing on Chick-fil-A. He OV. You don't talk about Jeff Bezos, Chick-fil-A. He finna get on your head. He got money to make people disappear.
At first, as I told myself, he might not be looking at me, but this particular employee didn't stop staring at me throughout the rest of our date. Now, I'm not really a confrontational person, so I told Angie that we should get our food to go as I wanted to go catch a movie after eating. On our way to the theater, I couldn't help but feel like I was being followed. The feeling didn't go away even when I walked back home after dropping Angie off at her apartment. I looked over my shoulder a few times, and I even stopped at intervals to check my surroundings, but no matter how many times I checked, there wasn't anyone following me. I eventually told myself that it was all in my head, and I was just being paranoid, but that night, something strange happened. It was around 2 a.m., and I couldn't sleep because I was still feeling a bit nervous. That's when I heard my doorbell ring. I didn't move, as I wondered who could it be at this time. I then decided to ignore it and hope.
Why you sleeping with that same shirt on? Nah, no, I'm stopping for little stuff. But why does he have this same shirt on? He ain't showered, he ain't bathed, he ain't put on his pajamas. How you go to sleep with your jeans on? If you go to sleep with jeans on, you a felon and you need to go straight to jail. Who sleeps with jeans on?
Hope the person will eventually go away, but whoever it was just kept ringing the doorbell till it became unbearable. Like I
I don't got one in her. But I would have. What are you doing in my crib at 2 a.m. steady repeatedly ringing my doorbell? You better be family member in an external crisis, or you better be my gal, and you better be here to do your do. And we all know what the do is, baby. Ooh, yeah.
said earlier, I wasn't a confrontational person, but I knew I had to defend myself from whoever was harassing me, so I took my old baseball.
No. Never grab a baseball bat. I was watching Black Mirror, bro. Look, a quick story time, man. I was watching Black Mirror. It was an episode when they was in space, and dude had grabbed the baseball bat. He was an astronaut, so he obviously got millions, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. Why do you not have a gun in your house to protect your family? Why do you not have a gun in your house? If you live in the United States, get you a firearm for protection. Get you something to protect your house, to protect your belongings. At that point, it's about the principle. Do not come in my house. Do not break in my house. Do not make me feel unsafe where I lay my head, because then there will be problems. I will eliminate the threat. You see what I'm saying? Do not get a baseball bat thinking you tough to protect you. Don't do it.
Ball bat, and I made my way to the door. But by the time I had gotten there, the person who had been ringing the doorbell was gone.
I told y'all he was sleeping with jeans on. Who sleeps with jeans on?
I wondered who could be playing this stupid prank at a time like this. There weren't any children up at this time, and the adults I lived with in the neighborhood were pretty sensible people, so I knew it had to be some random individual that just wanted to mess with me. I stayed at the door for a while to see if the person would come back, but no one returned. The morning soon arrived before I could get any more sleep, so I left my house feeling tired. I usually like to walk in the mornings, but I didn't have the strength, so I went for my car. But as I reached for my keys, I noticed something odd. Someone had keyed my car. I was frustrated and confused as I asked myself who could have done something so petty. I knew I hadn't crossed anyone recently, so I was perplexed as I wondered why this person was doing this. I also had the feeling the person who did it must have been the same person who incessantly rang my doorbell at night. I then asked my neighbors if they'd seen anything, but they all said no. So, with nothing else to do, I just drove my car like that, and I made plans to report the defacement of my car later.
Aren't you supposed to do that before you leave out? Because wouldn't the cops have the story of, well, maybe it happened when you was driving, or if you try to file a claim with your insurance will be like, oh, you could have did that while you was doing this, so then they ain't got to pay out. That's something you got to do before you even get in a car and touch that mug, right? I mean, I could be tripping.
Now, for some reason, even after my report, things just got worse from there. Whoever was harassing me just increased their efforts. Some things were just childish, as I came home one day to see my house had been TP'd. Others were very disturbing, as the person also inscribed the words, "Die" on my door. Apart from all this, I constantly felt like I was being watched.
Jeff Bezos, right there in the corner. Y'all see Jeff? Jeff Bezos with some hair.
I thought I was losing my mind, so I looked it up and found out it's a biological phenomenon that's known as gaze detection or gaze perception. It's that strange feeling that someone is staring at you, but no matter how much I tried, I couldn't find the person that was following me around and making me feel like this. I suffered this torture for a week, and there still was no updates. That Saturday night, my girlfriend Angie told me she was going to come over to keep me company. She'd been really supportive during this period, so I decided to surprise her. I went to the Chick-Fil-A restaurant to pick up her favorite order before she arrived. It was the Chick-Fil-A chicken sandwich and their chicken nuggets. But as soon as I stepped into the restaurant, I'd been feeling all weak. Whoever had been watching and harassing me was there, and it didn't take long before I spotted him. It was the same employee I had seen on my night out with Angie, and he was still staring at me with hate in his eyes. I'd pretty much had enough of everything that had been happening at that point, and I didn't care if I was confrontational. So immediately I walked up to him and asked, "Hey man, do you have a problem with me?" The employee, whose name was John, then looked at me and said, "You don't deserve to be with her, you disgrace her."
Whoa, who is Jeff Bezos talking like this? How he gonna tell me I don't deserve to be with my girl? How you gonna sit here and tell me that? Who is you? Who is you to give me those instructions? Who are you to tell me what's going on? Who are you? 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 You need to go to the zoo and get you a boo-boo. Because that don't make no sense. Don't tell me what I don't deserve, brother. You don't got that right. You don't got that place, that privilege. Don't be doing all that Jeff Bezos with her.
Of a human being. His response told me all I needed to know, as I was now sure he was the same person who had been stalking and harassing me all week. So I told him, "What did I ever do to you, John, you sick freak?" With rage in his eyes, John then responded with, "What did you do? You opened your foul mouth to insult the prestigious food of the esteemed Chick-Fil-A restaurant. I heard what you said."
Them are some big words for Chick-fil-A. He uses some big, elegant words to describe Chick-fil-A. I mean, they good, but they is not that.
Ed, and I decided to teach you a lesson for that. John's words left me speechless, as it didn't make any sense why he would do all that, just over a couple of harmless jests. The man also had a crazy look in his eyes, so I assumed he was unhinged. I then took out my phone and told him, "So you made my life a living hell just because I joked about your shitty food? Are you crazy? I'm calling the cops." But before I could dial the number, John attacked me. He threw a barrage of blows while he screamed the words, "I'll kill you," over and over again. I tried to defend myself from his attacks, but the man was like an animal. I eventually managed to get away and I ran to my car. John followed me out of the restaurant, so I opened my phone's camera to film the entire incident and have some hard evidence to show the cops. Once I entered my car and closed the door, John, who was frustrated, fiercely punched my car's window.
You know what this remind me of, him punching the window? That one video where that dude punching the window, like boom, 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 boom. That turned into a song. And so like, my milkshake bring out the buzz today. I don't know if that's a song they use, but it's something like that.
Immediately called the cops from the safety of my car, and John was arrested later that day. After some investigations into his background, it was revealed that John suffered from intermittent explosive disorder, IED. Apparently, this disorder involves frequent episodes of impulsive anger that are out of proportion to the event that triggered it. More investigations also revealed John was an avid lover of the Chick-fil-A restaurant and their food, which is one of the major reasons why he worked there. He'd also been named Employee of the Month due to his dedication, and he cited this as one of the reasons why he couldn't stand by and let me insult the restaurant's food. The officers asked if I wanted to press charges, but even though I was extremely angry, as I didn't want to see his face anymore, and I just wanted to get him the help he so desperately needed. After the incident, I started to hear about some strange loyalty prices going on behind the scenes with their employees, but I never thought some of the employees would take it that far. I completely stopped going to the Chick-fil-A restaurant after that day, and my girlfriend Angie completely understood why.
I thought he was finna say, my girlfriend Angie left me. I was finna say, oh, yeah, no, you done dropped the baggy bag on that one. I mean, look at her. She's a banker. She's a home run. She's out of this world. She's out of your league. I'd beat you up too if I was Jeff Bezos.
It's been a couple of years since this incident happened, but I still can't pass a Chick-fil-A restaurant without seeing John's angered face. And because of that, I always have this subconscious fear of being attacked by one of Chick-fil-A's loyal but crazy Employee of the Month.
Hey, that was a good one. That was a good watch. That was just one. If y'all like this, let me know, man. I'll bring y'all more, man. Shout out to SSG Animations, man. It's gonna be a link to the video. If y'all want to watch the rest of the stories, that was good, man. Good animations, good storytelling, good drawing. Well, that's kind of animations, but it was fantastic. It was phenomenal, man. It was phenomenal watch, brothers. It was phenomenal. It was phenomenal, man. But I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man. Appreciate everybody for watching, man. Go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe, man. If y'all love what y'all seeing and y'all love what I'm doing, man, and y'all really wanna, you know, support me, please, you know what I'm saying? Subscribe, interact with the video, give me a like, you know what I'm saying? Shoot, I even take dislikes at this point, you feel me? I just need y'all to do one thing, but I need y'all to keep your head up, keep your bread up, and please don't get fed up. We gone.
Keep the heat back where I go.
You better not leave no freaking dislike on this video. We gone.
Keep the heat back where I go, cause my city cold. Can't even trust my bro, I might get back down. Soon as niggas see something they want, they gon' get you gone. Them niggas snake you for your pack and hit you for your paw. Only got me, myself, and I, and the man in the mirror. These bitches stabbed me in the back, so I ran out of